Have you ever signed a record deal before?
Yes.
And how many deals have you signed in your music career so far?
I've signed only one.
And is that a record deal you're currently in as of this interview?
Yes.
And care to share who that's with?
Lunchbox Records.
And how did that opportunity come about?
That opportunity came about because my manager actually knows somebody named Lunch Money. And I told her that I wanted to start making music. That's when she became my manager. And she was asking me if I had any music that I already made. And I had a song that I wrote. That was like my first song I ever did on my own. I was in a group before. And I sent her the song and she sent it to Lunch. And he was like, I want to meet her right away. So that's how that started.
This was a song as you as a solo artist?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. It's called Better Life.
And that song is available right now if people watching this getting to know you for the very first time
Yes,
want to
yeah.
listen to that.
Yes, it's on YouTube and on Apple Music and on Spotify.
And was there a name to this group that you were part of once upon a time?
Yeah, we was called Foreign Mafia.
And why didn't things work out there?
It's complicated. It was three of us, and I had no problems with them at all. I'm actually still friends with one of the girls. But we just got into a lot of stuff, like arguments and stuff. So I just felt like we were better just separate. So yeah, we just separated.
Were you the first one to separate from the group, or did the group disband at the same time?
No, I wasn't the first one to separate from the group. My friend was actually the first one to separate, but we kind of like fell off first, and then she ended up messing with these other group of people. So I didn't take it personal, so I just let it be what it was, and I ended up saying, okay, I'll do my own thing too.
Care to share who the one you're still friends with is?
Yeah, her name's Migo. Yeah, she got music out too.
Under that stage name?
Yeah, yeah, Migo Monroe.
And this manager that you're mentioning here, care to share this person's name?
Yeah, her name's Melissa. I love her. She's the best ever.
And how did you two meet?
Um, we met when I was like 15. I was in the mall. I think I was younger than that. I think I was like 14 years old. We I was in the Wellington Mall, which is a mall in Palm Beach. And she was walking around and she came up to me and she was like, "You look like a superstar." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And at the time, she was working on her own projects and stuff because she's also like a creative director and producer and all this other stuff she does. And she tried to get me to like work with her, but at the time I was still like running around doing other things. I wasn't ready for that. So it just ain't work out at that time. But fast forward, a few years later, it's like now she's my manager. So it's crazy how life works.
So does she come back into your life, or you actually initiate that
Um,
to have her back in
she
your life?
we always kept like communication with each other. Like we always talked here and there. Like every year we would check in. I think she would see what I had going on still because I felt like she still had like faith in me. But I didn't get out of that until I had my son. So, and I went through something too. And then that's when I decided that I wanted to do music. And I was like, I trust Mel because she always asks me, you good? You ready to do something? And at that point, I was like really ready to like do something. So yeah, we always kept in contact. That's the first time I hit her up about music though. That's when we finally locked in.
Now, Mel is a female,
Yeah, she's a female.
and you're a female as well.
Mhm.
Was that important for you to have a female represent you on a managerial position at all, or it didn't matter?
Um, it it didn't really matter. It's more about who like if I trust you. So I had a lot of people coming to me, a lot of men, and to me personally, I don't trust men like that because I know how they are, and a lot of them were coming to me like flirting with me and stuff. So oh, let me manage you, let me sign you, but then sending me hard eyes all day. It's like I don't trust that, you know. I need somebody who I know has my best interest, and who better than a woman, you know, that I've known since I was 15 years old.
Now, when it comes to the record deal, do you remember when you actually signed on that dotted line?
I think it's been a couple months. I think like 9 months, maybe 7. I don't know.
Okay, so for time reference, it's May 2022 now, so this sounds like something that was done in towards the end of 2021.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Do you remember what age you were when this took place?
I was 21. Yeah.
And anything else you want to mention about a record deal or question you weren't asked, people want to know about it.
The record deal that I have is pretty good, and it's with somebody that I trust. We're more like business partners because I have, you know, everything is mine. So yeah, it's pretty fair, and I don't think I would sign to a major label like that yet. I kind of want to stay independent, you know, for a while and stick with the indie label, because we're doing pretty good. So yeah, we'll see where it goes though.
Anything else on this topic?
Um, I don't think so.
Now, I do want to ask you this. When it comes to LunchMoney Lewis,
Mm-hmm.
what's it really like working with him?
He's dope. He's very humble, very good man. He's like family to me. Like he's like a second father to me, cause he's always, you know, wondering what I got going on and making sure I'm good, and he's looking out all the time. Like he does a lot for me outside of the music too. So, yeah, he's really great. If you don't like him, then there's something wrong with you.
Is he easy or tough to work with?
He's a man that really believes in his craft. So, you know, when you put two people who are creatives together, it can get a little heated sometimes. We've had our arguments, not really arguments, but we've had our moments. But he's pretty good.
Creative differences, for lack of a better
Yeah,
phrase?
creative differences. Yeah.
So, what happens in an instance like that when there are creative differences between you two? Who breaks that tie, or how does that get worked
Uh,
out?
Me, I'm pretty chill. Like, I'm not one of those people that hold grudges and petty and all that and like get mad and be mad for 3 days. Like when we get into it, we just act like, you know, whatever, fine, we good right after. So it doesn't like drag on for days and stuff.
Out of all his characteristics, what do you enjoy the most about him?
That he's funny. Like we can laugh and talk.
And on the opposite end of the spectrum, is there something you just can't stand about him? Is there a characteristic of his that bugs you, bothers you, gets under your skin perhaps, like a pet peeve, for lack of a better
Um,
phrase?
nah, I don't think so. It's all love.
Final question about him. What's the best advice he's ever given you so far, or most important thing you learned being around him?
The most important thing I learned being around him is that with music, you can't put yourself in a box. You kind of have to like be bigger than the box that you know you think you want to be in. So that's what he taught me with music, how to be more of like a major artist than a small artist. You know, he always tells me you don't want to be just a rapper in your city. You want to be like worldwide. So when you make music, try to think of things that everybody can relate to. So that's definitely a big thing that I've learned from being with him.
At this point, do you have your own record label aside from this record deal?
Nah, not yet. We ain't there yet.
Just curious.